All right, welcome back to WMMA Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you tonight with a fight review. So we're going to UFC 258. We're going to the prelims for the strawweight division. Polyana Viana coming in at 11-4, taking on Mallory Martin coming in at 7-3. Looked to be an interesting bout. I had to toss a coin to pick this one, and I picked Martin and ended up coming up wrong, but not disappointed with how this fight turned out at all. So let's get into it. Okay, first round. Both started off, and they were going back and forth with some strikes, each of them giving and taking ground. Then Viana threw a kick to either to the body or it was high, and Martin caught it and started backing Viana up. So Viana just decided, I'm going to pull guard. And I'm thinking, oh, what are you doing? You're pulling guard against someone whose almost entire game is about putting pressure on the ground. But Viana played it smart. She got Martin to the ground. She instantly trapped the right arm of Martin with her own left arm. And she kept a nice, tight, closed guard. Sometimes she switched to the body triangle. And she kept it nice and tight, made sure that she had that arm trapped. And then when she knew she had the positioning, she threw up a triangle choke on Martin. So she already had that arm. All she had to do was bring her legs up to get that triangle choke. And from there, Viana, she alternated a couple times between the triangle and a triangle armbar. And she, kept throwing in some elbows for a nice effect, make sure she was staying busy with that as well. Eventually, she figured she wasn't going to get the choke, so she went straight to the armbar. And I like the way she did it, too, because she made sure to keep Martin's head trapped between her legs as well. But she got that armbar, and it was really tight, and it, just forced Mallory Martin to tap. So, official result was Viana via submission due to armbar, 3 minutes, 18 seconds of the very first round. Like I said, I thought Viana was making a mistake pulling guard against Martin, who's primarily known for her wrestling and ground and pound. But, hey, she proved me wrong, so all credit to her. One thing I kept thinking about this last night was, what was Martin's game plan going into this fight? I mean, did she have one, and what did she plan on doing? Because she followed Viana to the ground. I really don't think she needed to. And then once she got down there, it seemed like she had no idea what she was supposed to be doing to defend against, Viana's attacks from bottom. I want to talk about Viana for a second. You go down, you look at her record. I recommend Tapology.com or the Sherdog Fight Finder. But you look at her record, all of her wins are by finish. So she is a finisher, and, she has the looks. I'm not saying that she'll ever be champ, because I don't know. I don't think so, just going by what we've seen of her. But I do think that if her career is managed properly, she definitely could, potentially be pretty big, especially if they market her back home in Brazil. However, definitely want to get her learning English too. So, her management and the UFC, if they're careful with her, she has the full package. So she could definitely, be not like huge, but bigger, like a medium to large size star, possibly. And it really depends on how good her, she keeps doing with her career. But that's why I said, if she's managed properly. She seems to have the total package going on so far. Also, what was going on with the commentary last night? Rogan brought up that mugging scenario that Viana went through. That was 2 years ago now, I think it was. It was like old news, and Rogan brought it up during the fight, and then he brought it up again, in the post-fight interview. It was just so weird. I mean, he's just an idiot anymore, I swear, on commentary. Anyway, for things to work on, we can't really point out too much that Viana did wrong. So for Martin, she needs to work on her sub-defense. And she needs to learn how to sense what is coming. So I think the best solution for that is she needs to go into grappling, and she just needs to be attacked again and again and again with submissions so that she starts getting a feel for what an opponent is about to do, because I don't think she had any clue that that triangle was coming, even though Viana had her arm trapped nice and good. She just didn't seem to have any sense of what was coming. So I think if she just goes into some grappling sessions and just has someone attack again and again and again with subs, she'll eventually get that sense of, oh, well, if she's doing this, then that means she's about to do this. That's the kind of, sense that she needs to get better at on the ground. So like I said, not much for Viana, but for Martin, needs to work on that submission defense. And as a aside to that, learning what's coming is super important. Now for fights to make. This was an interesting one to try to choose from because, neither of them are ranked, and they're certainly not going to get a ranked opponent off of this fight. For Martin, I think she's 1-2 now in the UFC. I think she needs to go against the ultimate proving ground. The ultimate gatekeeper in the UFC in that division is Ashley Yoder. Fighters that lose to her don't tend to stick around, but if they can beat her, then they are able to stick around. So if she can get past Ashley Yoder, then, she might be worth keeping. And if not, then, she can go back to Invicta. But, Ashley Yoder, to me, is one of the better proving ground opponents in the division. And I hate to say that about Yoder, because I do like her, but that's kind of what she does, and that's what Martin needs right now for an opponent. For Viana, I had to look at what's coming up, in the division and who is available. Tried to figure this one out, and I think I'd like to see her against the winner of Livia Souza and Amanda Lemos. Because Viana is now coming off of 2 straight wins. Lemos is coming into the fight against Souza off of 2 straight wins. Souza's coming into the fight off of a win as well. So the winner of that fight is going to have a bit of an upward trajectory, and combine that with the possible upward trajectory of Viana, then the winner of that third matchup, would definitely have a chance to move into the rankings and start really moving up in the division. So, yeah, let's see Polyana Viana versus the winner of Livia Souza versus Amanda Lemos. Okay, so those are my thoughts on this strawweight prelim from UFC 258. Good fight, fairly fast. Nice finish there by Polyana Viana. Set it up beautifully, just did everything right once she got it to the ground, which I thought she made a mistake going, pulling guard like that, but she proved me wrong. So, what do I know? That's why I never claimed to actually be an expert. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on the fight in the comments down below. If you like the video, please give it a like. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to WMMA Scene Now, the most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.